don't really want to deal with all the trainers in this particular area. Mostly because I'm just kind of a little afraid of failure right about now, I guess. Right now my team isn't really what I had in mind. Kind of picked Bulbasaur so that it could, you know, beat not only Brock but also Misty. So now I don't really have a counter for Misty's Pokemon. On the other hand, I don't know, does she have ice moves at all? Because if so, then I might be in trouble. I'm pretty sure that her Starmie knows Confusion, so Stapler is kind of out of that. And I'm basically just assuming that it does based on the fact that I'm pretty sure that Starmie learns it at some level. And she's not at, like, such a high level that she does intense things like an entire moveset of TMs or something like that. Anyway, yeah, I'm not usually liable to skipping the different areas in this cave or running away from a lot of battles, but I'm just not in a risk-taking zone right now. I don't really want to take a lot of risks. And I'm sorry if I look like a wussy on camera. That must be how it is. Astonish is such a horrible attack. It shouldn't exist. It's like, it doesn't do anything to normal types. And with how many normal or part normal types there are, that's bad enough as it is. It does like no damage anyway. I cannot think of any reason to use it. Ugh. Why couldn't I have run into something like Paris before? At least spend it. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really learn grass type moves very soon at any time without, you know, TMs or anything, but it's not, I don't really know much about Paris's moveset, but it just seems like it would have been useful at this point with Misty. But then again, I forgot that this particular map has a different, like, wild set, I guess you could say. Like, you know, set of what wild Pokemon actually appear in it. So, because of that, it's kind of like probably not going to get a Paris in a Nuzlocke unless you were to, you know, walk around with a bunch of repels until you got to that part just so you could get a Paris, which you can, I'm sure some people have done that type of thing in a Nuzlocke before. I just don't think that's very efficient way of going about stuff, because right now when I'm spending as much money as I am, I can't afford a bunch of repels, and I'd really much rather get into a bunch of fights and run away. But now that I'm thinking about it, I bought it. I might as well use it. I'll have more money by the time I get, you know, to the next, to Cerulean. That got me a little ways. And I promise that once my team is like decent and like good enough for me, basically. Oh no. No! Stapler! Ugh! You monster! Gonna get you for that! Gonna get you for that! I shall avenge Stapler! I'm crumpling up a pop bottle in my hand right now. Out of rage for destroying my stapler. No. Don't learn sleep powder, Spider-Man. After this, no one will ever be able to sleep. You should learn rage, because we're having so much rage about this rage of a rage. Stapler was such a great addition to the team. Why? Why? Damn you, Hyper Fang. No. Looks to me like Spider-Man's gonna be my main man for like pretty much the whole LP. Oh yeah, and I answered the question about Zubat's typing. I should have probably just checked on Bowser, but you're mad. You're not the one that has a rule of a challenge that says they can't revive their Pokemon that fainted. And therefore, you can never get Stapler back! I don't care whose fossils they are. Give me back my stapler! Ugh! Grimer! Alright, I forgot to reorder my team so that Bowser can ever actually get any experience points. But Bowser is really... I don't really think of him as a huge team asset right at this point. Spider-Man is, like, the only thing I have that can rip through everything, basically. And I'm really hoping that, you know, he doesn't ever die, because that would be horrible. He's the main man. I mean, what would happen then? In this particular case, I would have to somehow manage to make my way through the rest of the game with, like, Bowser and Rapidy Tap. Because that's how that's what it had left me. And whatever I could. Whatever those two could catch, you know, on Route 4. And, you know, beyond, but it would just be a horrible start. Spider-Man all the way, basically. But he's getting really, like, over-leveled now. And overpowered. Whatever. I'll take just the first one that I see. Just because. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to use the fossil Pokemon I get in the Nuzlocke, but I'm going to play it safe and not ever use it. So I really don't care. That's why I really don't care what one I got. Oh wow, that got me quite a ways, actually. No thanks, guys. I'm not really gonna... I like double battles. I really do. Ever since Pokemon Coliseum, which was, like, probably my favorite Pokemon game, to be completely honest. And you can rip me apart with your comments on what you like better if you want, but that's not going to change what I think. And yeah, I just liked it a lot for some reason. And it really got me into double battles. So I like double battles, but right now I am not going to get into one. That's right, I can't go directly back into Cerulean Cave anyway, so I'll have to do a another run through of it that's a little more complete on another occasion, I guess. Oh, also, this thing with the boxes, I just want to make it clear because I didn't say it. I said it in my previous version of this LP, but I'm putting them all in boxes so that they can be, like, memorable, so I can look back at the end and we can reminisce about all the things that we've lost over the course of this intense LP. It's been pretty eventful so far, actually. Relatively speaking, anyway. And, you know, the official rule, the way it's worded, says that you have to never revive it, immediately release it. But I don't think the wording is really that important. I just think the gist of it is that you're not supposed to use them anymore once they've fainted. So I'm gonna throw a Rapidy Tap though, because he's never fainted. And we're going to use a classic Rattata, even though I'm pretty sure he's probably going to end up fainting while I'm training or something, which I guess he won't, probably, because I'll always switch him out before doing anything. But yeah. Yeah, not switching out a weak Pokemon, I realized, is a bad idea. Even if you don't think they can one-hit you, if they're more powerful than you, you should just have them sit out. That's what I learned today with Stapler. And Stapler will forever be remembered for this lesson. Thank you, Stapler. I will never forget you. Nor will I forget Stumpy. Stumpy didn't actually go as far as I wanted him, as I expected him to. I've always been convinced that starters were really great Pokemon, but maybe they're not. I don't know. I always thought that even though the bug types that were fully evolved, especially Butterfree, were very good early on, which it still might be the case because we're not really that far, but they were just good early on because they had already gotten to evolve a couple of times, which nothing else has evolved, is fully evolved on my team, so, you know, that kind of justifies Spider-Man being really powerful.